So inshallah I'm going to explain to you the meaning of Millah of Ibrahim. Why is it so important that Allah made a Millah? There was deen anyway. Why there was a need to make a Millah? And why for the Millah Allah chose Ibrahim AS? Why not Millah to Nuh? Why not Millah to Adam? Why not Millah to Muhammad? Why not Millah to Musa? Why Millah of Ibrahim? Why Ibrahim had been chosen to be founder of the Millah? Why after his name? So this, and why then every prophet has been commanded to follow the Millah? It is not enough that you follow Deen of Allah. It is obligatory upon every believer, every prophet, every messenger to follow the Millah of Ibrahim AS. So that we need to learn. And unfortunately, in the Muslim community now, people actually even don't learn Deen, leave the Millah. No Deen, no Millah. What they learn? Madhab and Aqidah, which actually human made. People have made Madhab and Millah. It's not Allah and a messenger made. All the dispute. When you say Aqidah, it is human. Aqidah, Sharia Aqidah, and Maturidi Aqidah, and Salafi Aqidah, and this Aqidah, and that Aqidah. When you say Madhab, it is human opinion. But what is divine, what Allah wants, we don't want to learn. We don't want to learn what Deen means. Even Deen, we don't understand what Deen means really. When Allah commands, you must follow Millah, we don't learn that. Allah never commanded you must follow Abu Hanifa's madhab or Malik's madhab. But we even don't learn that. What we do, we belong to that madhab. But what Allah commands to do, we never learn. So before understanding meaning of Millah, I want to explain to you two things important. First thing is you have to learn really what Allah does and what He wants us to do. There are two different things. Something Allah does and something we have to do. So these two things have to understand properly what Allah does and what we do. For example, Allah will command us to pray. He will teach how to pray. But will He pray on behalf of us? Is He going to pray? We have to pray. Isn't it like that? Allah commands us to fast, but He's not going to fast on our behalf. He commands us to do for Hajj, but He is not going to do Hajj on our behalf. That, oh Allah, you are Allah, you do. No, it never happens. Jews wanted to get Palestine, blessed land, Al-Ard al-Mubarakah, Muqaddasa. They wanted. So Allah said, okay, go and fight and get the land. So they said to Musa, no, inna fiha qawman jabbarin, in Palestine. How can we fight? They are mighty people, strong people. We can't fight them. We are weak people. Idhab anta wa rabbuka faqatila inna ha huna qa'idun. O Musa, you go and your Lord. Whose Lord? Allah. You go and fight. We are sitting here. Once you conquer, then we will enter. Fa'inna dakhil. Then we will come. So what happened? Did Allah conquer the city for them? No, it never. What Allah said? Allah said, فَإِنَّهَا مُحَرَّمَةٌ عَلَيْهِمْ 40 سَنَةً. Now the land has been made haram for them for 40 years. For 40 years they can't enter. Allah is not going to fight on your behalf. What you need to do, you have to do. Is it clear? So what Allah does, Allah teaches. But we have to act upon that. Allah is not going to do on our behalf. That we need to do. Tell me, when you want to act upon something, can you act upon without knowing and understanding? No. You need to know and understand, then you can act. Otherwise, you never can do anything. For example, if I want to use computer, I need to know how to use it. I need to learn. I need to use my mind. So that why before acting on the Millah of Ibrahim, you need to understand it. Before acting upon the Quran, you need to understand the Quran. Before acting upon the Sunnah, you need to understand and know the Sunnah. And unfortunately, we people have made knowing and understanding are two separate things. They are not separate. If something you don't understand, you don't know it. Simple matter. Whatever you don't understand, you don't know it. When you say Subhanallah and Alhamdulillah, and your child goes to the mosque and comes in from the evening class and they say Inshallah and Alhamdulillah, you come happy, he learned. No, he did not learn anything. He learned a culture. He does not know really what it means. He does not know when to say it. That's why I consider people say in same sentence Inshallah 3 times, 4 times. It never ends. Because they don't know what they're saying. They have no idea. They think Inshallah means for future. Anything in future, they say Inshallah. They never have idea what inshallah means. They never have idea what mashallah means. But people is saying this thing. So how can you act upon something if you don't know how to use it? Isn't it really clear? Tell me, if you don't understand something, do you really know it? Arabic grammar. You come to me, you want me to learn Arabic grammar. I teach you the whole book. I've written my own book. But you don't understand. Can you say you have learned the book? You want to learn from me Akbar's poetry, but you don't know Urdu. And then you say, I learned from Shaykh Karam. You did not learn anything because you don't know the even language. How can you learn anything? You don't know anything. Is it clear? So this thing keep deep in your mind. If you don't understand anything, you don't know that thing. Whatever you don't understand, you don't know it. If you don't understand what a millah means, you don't know it. And when I explain to you, and still you don't understand, then it means you don't know it. It's not that you attended my class, now you become alim and I gave you certificate, ijazah. Ijazah does not make you knower. Ijazah does not make you alim, does not make you knowledgeable. Ijazah is a different procedure. Knowing is understanding. If you don't understand, you don't know it. And who is going to understand you? Not Allah. And since people differ in understanding, they differ in Allah's obedience. Why Abu Bakr Siddiq is the best believer? Tell me. Why the best believer? After all Prophet's messenger, Abu Bakr Siddiq is the best. Is he strongest among all the companions? No. Khalid Walid may be stronger than him. Maybe Umar is stronger than Abu Bakr Siddiq. Does he do more ibadah than everybody else? No. There could be people who work all the night. What makes Abu Bakr Siddiq the best person on the face since the beginning until the day of Qiyamah after all Prophet's messenger? Understanding. He understands more than anybody else. Could be occasion when Umar does not understand, but he understands. It is his understanding. Understanding makes a huge difference, big difference. The reason Abu Hanifa is so clever, so good in the fiqh, understanding. Imam Shafi said, "An-nasu fil fiqh ayalun ala Abi Hanifa." The first thing I want to teach you properly, there is something Allah does and something we need to do. And what we need to do is to understand His command and to learn it. Then we can act. So He can send the command. He can send the best book. It's the Quran says, "Bilisanin Arabiyyim mubin." Quran is in a clear Arabic language. Al-Kitab al-Mubin, the book that makes everything clear. The book has no problem. Still, this clear book needs my mind. If I don't use my mind, it will not be clear. Book is not going to hold my hand, come and pray. I need to come to the book and understand it. Is it clear? If book is clear, it does not mean it is clear to you as well. To become clear to you, you need to do something. Book is good. Book has all attributes, a very good book, clear book. But it is not clear to you unless you make your effort. Without your effort, this book will have no sense to you. You could have, in all the shelves, 10, 20 copies of Quran, old dust manuscript and golden ink. Nothing will happen. You never become even 1 inch nearer to Allah. But if somebody reads Alhamdu and understand, he becomes nearer to Allah. And you get 20 copies of Quran, nothing happens in your life. Nothing. You even don't move any inch to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you need to use your mind, your understanding, your thinking. So one thing I want to make clear, that Allah will not think on our behalf. Allah will not learn on our behalf. Allah will not act on our behalf. These 3 things, understanding, learning, acting, is done by human being. And whatever difference will happen, it will make you different. If me and you differ in this, we will be different in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Same Quran for everybody. Still people different. That Shaykh Sadi Rahmullah said, "Bara ki dar latafat tabash khilaf no nist dar bagh lala ruyad dar bagh lala ruyad dar boom dar shor boom khas." Rain, there is no dispute that rain is very good when it brings life. But in the garden, roses and flowers grow, and in barren land, nothing grows. Same rain to both land. But one gets good growth, flowers, roses, good smell, garden, and one land, nothing. Because desert. It does not receive the water, does not get the water. So same thing to us really. Same Quran, same Allah, same messenger, but we are different. How much effort we make, that makes the huge. First thing actually keep in mind, that Quran has no sense. Allah cannot benefit us. Prophet cannot, even if you got the best messenger like Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, nothing will happen to you unless you make effort to learn, make effort to understand, and make effort to do it. So this is first thing we need to do. Second thing is we need to learn really. Whenever if you have something, you have to learn the function properly. So for example, if somebody you got to buy a computer only will work if you know how it functions. Every single thing, the keys, how function, this thing, that thing, so many complications like mobile phone. You need to learn for everything. If you don't learn, you can't use it properly. So you learn. Now you need to think your body, what you got. Quran said, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. We created the mankind in the best structure. What best structure means? Means the function that is related to you, for that function, your body is the most appropriate to you. Like best chair will be the one which can do its function properly. Best computer will be the one which can do its function properly. The best structure for human being will be the one it can do its function properly. That what will be best structure. So ahsan taqweem means that the function that Allah has assigned to us, this body does the best way. This body is the most suitable to do the function that Allah has assigned to us human beings. Then Quran says in another verse, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. We created the mankind in hardship. You see, best structure and hardship. Both Allah said. First Allah says we create the mankind in the best structure. And then He says we create the mankind in the hardship. What the link? What relation? Think really, if this body is the most suited for your function, it means the function that is expected from you will not be done unless you use it. And using this is very, very difficult. You have to use hand, you have to use your leg, you have to use your mouth, you have to, more difficult is use your mind. The reason you have got mind because you need to use it. And using the mind is the most difficult thing. That's why Quran says, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. You got best structure, but this best structure also means big responsibility. It is very hard, very difficult, not easy. You need to use it. And that's why Allah gave this structure to every single human being. Why? So you use your mind, not somebody else's mind. The women cannot say, I just follow my husband. No, you need to follow your mind. Why you got mind then? Just think. If you have to follow your husband, then husband should get a mind, not you. You say, I follow Abu Hanifa, then Abu Hanifa should get a mind, not you. Why you need a mind? Just think. People ask Abu Yusuf Qadir Rahimullah, the best student of Abu Hanifa, Chief Justice, first Chief Justice in Islam, they ask him, why do you differ from Abu Hanifa? Don't you know that Abu Hanifa has more knowledge than you? He said, yeah, Abu Hanifa has more knowledge than me, but Allah has commanded me to follow my mind, not Abu Hanifa's mind. What he said not necessarily can come to my mind. My mind says something else, I follow my mind. I have been commanded to follow my mind. That's why Abu Yusuf differed from Abu Hanifa. That's why Muhammad differs from Abu Yusuf and Muhammad both, Abu Hanifa both, because they have different mind, not the same mind. Difference of the mind means different thinking. You can't follow her. You can't follow anybody. Is it clear to everybody? So first thing I said to you that you need to use the mind. You never can follow the Quran unless you understand the Quran, unless you learn the Quran, and unless you act upon the Quran. If you don't do all three things, Quran will not make any sense for you. It never can take you to paradise. You can't go to paradise just because you have a copy of the Quran in your house. It never takes. Quran does not take people to. You can't go to paradise because you got a Prophet Muhammad. No. Do you know who he is? Do you know what he teaches? If you don't know, don't understand, Prophet Muhammad cannot take you to paradise. It's a simple matter. Understand? Don't be like a Jew or like a Brahman. If you are a certain family, you go to paradise. Then nothing like that. Quran says, "Laysa bi amaniyakum wala amani ahli kitab." It is not wishes or desires that you desire or you get something. You need to do it, not just a desire. That's why we need to be serious. The two things I taught you. First thing is what Allah will do. Allah does His job. Allah sends a revelation. Allah sends a messenger. Allah makes a book clear. All instructions are very, very clear. The teacher is a very good teacher, best teacher. Now next step is yours. You need to come to teacher. You need to come to the book, make your mind, use your mind, try to understand, learn it, then act upon it. If you don't do this, then this best teacher will not help you. If you don't do this, then this best book cannot help you. Second thing I taught you, that your body is most appropriate for the function that has been assigned to you. That function only can be done if you use all it properly. If you don't use part of the body, it means something missing. Something missing. And most important in the whole thing is the mind. If you don't use the mind, then basically you are wrong. You never can be right. Anything, whether you follow Sunnah, the Prophet, you don't use your mind, you will be wrong. Because you do not understand it. And if you don't understand, you cannot follow anyway. Without understanding, you never can follow it. You need to know. When you say inshallah, you need to know what inshallah means and when to use, not every time. When you say alhamdulillah, you need to know what alhamdulillah means. You need to know what don't you see the Quran? Does Quran start everywhere inshallah? Every surah alhamdulillah? Every surah subhanallah? No. Sometimes Quran says subhanallah, sometimes alhamdulillah, sometimes Quran has inshallah, meaning of inshallah, sometimes something else. It all changing. It means different meaning. Does Quran always say qul huwallahu ahad? No. Qul huwallahu ahad, qul a'udhu birabbil falaq, Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Imran. They have different functions. You need to know them. You can't just suffice with qul huwallahu ahad. You need all these surahs. You need all them to learn. These two things are very important really. The first thing is we need to understand, we need to learn, and we need to act. Second thing is this process is very difficult. It's not easy. Don't be tired. Don't rely on somebody else. Don't think, oh, this I can. Do you rely in eating on someone else? I said, Tariq is my friend. He can eat on my behalf. Do I do like that? Or Sheikh Nasir, he's very good cook. He's the one who cooked. Let him eat on my behalf. So I don't have a struggle to eat. No, I eat on my behalf. I want him to cook, but I want to eat myself. I never say in eating that you eat on my behalf. There I come. They understand this is how religion is. You can't make somebody else to think on your behalf. You should be serious. If you don't think, you can't get iman. That is the next step I'm going to come to. That's why Ibrahim is so important really. So it is you, every individual, they need to use their mind properly. That's how you made Allah made your body. That is the first thing in the Millah of Ibrahim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the deen. So he know really, deen become corrupted very quickly. So he knows why it is corrupted. So he knows really, deen needs a movement. For example, an idea comes. Karl Marx comes. He brings very bright idea. The idea will die. Then next person comes, he makes the idea in a movement. When he brings a movement, then idea gets life. Then it gets followers, gets people. And when movement died, idea dies. So people need to make the movement alive. Otherwise, what movement becomes also dead. They keep bringing life. Millah means to make religion into a movement. That's what Millah means. Deen without a movement will become dead very quickly. So Millah is basically, if you want to translate Millah is the way to make the religion into a movement. To make it a movement. That's what Millah means, to give a movement, to move it further. So the deen needs a Millah, a movement. Somebody comes and push it, move it, and then you learn from him how to make this movement alive. So all the time you're alive, because otherwise people die, become lazy. People don't understand anything. They need to understand, get a movement. So what Ibrahim did, Allah SWT chose Ibrahim to make religion into a movement. Deen became now Millah. Before that, just had deen, now you got a Millah as well. Movement needs a thinker. Without a thinking, movement will have no movement. You can't. You need a Karl Marx. You need somebody else. You need a person who brings bright ideas. You need to that. And then that person, teaches things which can make that idea to be activated in a force in the society. And then the followers need to know the connection between the idea and between all the teachings. They need to understand the connection, so they keep the movement alive. Otherwise, what will happen? They learn the symbols and they forget the idea. That's what people do. We learn the symbols, we don't know what idea is behind the symbols. So then symbols have no reality. Symbols are dead. Symbols actually are only to connect you to the idea. If you don't know the idea, symbols have nothing to do. That's what we Muslims do really. We got symbols of Ibrahim, but not Ibrahim's thinking. They're not a movement. We got Kaaba. Kaaba is just symbols for Ibrahim's movement. We got Hajj. Hajj is just a symbol for Ibrahim's movement. Hajj is not real movement. Hajj is just a symbol for Labbaik Allahumma Labbaik is just part of the slogans of the movement. It is not a real thing. The real thing is something else that we need to learn. Millah of Ibrahim is based on thinking. Know really your father, what was the idea that he translated into movement. What is the idea is. That idea needs to bring really. Otherwise you have no millah, no movement. It is just dead body. It was all thinking. Your father Ibrahim was a thinker, thinking man. All the time, he never stops thinking. Every single thing he questions. And Quran actually is witness. Quran says, كَذَلِكَ نُرِي إِبْرَاهِيمَ مَلَكُوتَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. We taught Ibrahim, we showed Ibrahim to understand the whole system, whole universe. Not only the earth and the heavens and the sky. Ibrahim learned all this properly. And never stopped. We people learn something, so that's enough really. Isn't like that we say? Tell me if you can reach to next stage and you say now it is enough, it is really bad for you. It is a weakness of you. If you can reach to next stage, still you want to have a lower level. It is weakness. You are not using your ability properly. Ibrahim never stopped beyond the next stage. Always top. Always next or following. Next. This stage, next one. Never had station. Until Ibrahim said to his Lord, O Lord, Rabbi Arini Kaifa Tuhyil Mauta. Oh my Lord, show me how do you make the dead alive. You see, this question he made. Even this question, you see, Quran mentioned this. This is how Ibrahim created. Ibrahim never stopped. Even he want to know this. Unfortunately, even this verse people don't know. They take it so simply, which actually makes all things actually very, very low. People don't understand what Ibrahim is asking. People think what Ibrahim is asking is that, how people when they die, they become alive. Because unbelievers think that nobody can come to life when they die, finish. But I believe they become to life. So I want to see it happens or not. Then I become better. That's what people think even. This is not what he said. So then what they say, Allah said to Ibrahim, get 4 birds, cut them in pieces, and then I made them alive. That's how I make alive. That's what Ibrahim needs really. Does Ibrahim needs a demonstration how things become alive? Do you think Ibrahim is so weak? I really don't need that much. I believe that Allah makes things alive. Even if somebody showed me, I will not be interested to see. Because that I know anyway, Allah makes things alive. Do you think Ibrahim does not know that things become alive by Allah's command? And he wants to see that. So somebody comes and cuts 4 birds in 4 pieces, 5 pieces, and then it becomes alive. So now Ibrahim knows that on the day of judgment, people become alive. This is what Ibrahim wants to learn. No, read the surah, read the verses. You know clearly what Ibrahim is asking. Ibrahim has no doubt that the dead become alive. Allah does. He wants to know when Allah makes the dead alive, what he does, it becomes alive. That knowledge he wants to know. What happens, what he does alive. I know this. But I want to learn how he does. Is it clear? The question is not that Ibrahim does not believe that dead become alive or Ibrahim has doubt or problem. That he knows anyway. Everybody knows that Allah makes dead alive. Ibrahim only wants to know link between Allah's action and between the dead being alive. What happens to dead, then it becomes alive. What Allah does exactly. The dead becomes alive. Allah does make alive, but I don't know how he does. What he does, it becomes alive. This question. But people can misunderstand. So Allah said to Ibrahim, Avalam tu'min? Don't you believe? I said, no, I know that you make alive. But when I learn how you do, it increases I want to have more iman. I want to reach to its highest iman. I want to know what you do exactly. So what said Allah said to Ibrahim, what you need to do? Take 4 birds. Khud arba'atan min at-tayr. Take 4 birds. Fasurhunna ilayka. People say surhunna ilayka means cut them in pieces. No, Sarah never means cutting. You see, in the Quran, فَإِذَا نُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ. Does it mean to cut anything? What sur means? Suratun. Does it mean to cut? It's a form. فَإِذَا نُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ. What means? Blow in the horn. That sur means horn. In blow on that's what sur means. So Allah says surhunna. From Sarah is surhunna. And why say ilayka? If you cut something, why you need to say ilayka? You say iqta'hunna. Do you need to say ilayka? Why you say ilayka? Allah is saying, take 4 birds and then speak to these birds until they become familiar to your voice. Surhunna, make them to become familiar to your voice. Like the people who raise the birds, they leave the birds, go down the tree, and they make sound, it comes to them. If you make sound, it will not come to you. They make the birds to recognize their voice. Isn't it like that? All the people who raise the birds, what they do? They make the birds to recognize their voice. Then they say, and the birds come and sit on their hand. That's how they do. So that Allah said to Ibrahim, take 4 birds and make the birds to recognize your voice, and they can come to you. فَصُرْهُنَّ إِلَيْكَ ثُمَّ جَعَلْ عَلَى كُلِّ جَبَلٍ مِّنْهُنَّ جُزْءًا. Then put each bird in one mountain, because in 4 directions, in front of you, behind, right, left, 4 directions. Put all these 4 birds on 4 directions, 4 mountains. Then make that voice which they recognize. Call them, same voice. ثُمَّ دُعُهُنَّ. All these 4 birds will come to you running. That how I make the dead alive. That everybody knows my voice. I say, get up, they get up. Just my voice, nothing else. They know me. Everybody knows me. Every soul knows me. I call and the soul listens to me. If from dead people in the grave, they listen to me and they come alive. It is my voice. Every soul knows me. Every soul recognizes me. I am not hidden from anybody. Everybody knows me. Everyone knows me. When I said to the soul, get alive, فَإِذَا هُمْ قِيَامٌ يَنْظُرُونَ. They stand up and looking. Everybody. That's how I do. Did Ibrahim need a demonstration? Now he understands. There was no demonstration. He understands properly what happened. That's how Ibrahim is. Very clever man, thinking man. He wants to understand the depth of the matter. People only believe that Allah makes dead alive. But Ibrahim even wants to know how it happens. That Allah loves Ibrahim so much. Ibrahim is a man thirsty, eager to know more and more, eager to learn more and more. But the difference between Ibrahim and Musa is Ibrahim learns what he needs to learn. Musa jumped in other territory. Musa said to his Lord, Rabbi arini anzur ilayka. Oh my Lord, show me yourself, I want to see you. So this Musa cannot. Musa can learn about Allah. Musa cannot see him. It's impossible. So Allah said to Musa alayhi salam, look at the mountain. If you can see the mountain, you can see me. فَلَمَّا تَجَلَّى رَبُّهُ لِلْجَبَلِ. When Allah removed all the curtains between him and the mountain, the curtains were lifted, and now Allah and mountain directly, no curtains, all the curtains of the universe are lifted. What happens? جَعَلَهُ دَكَّ. Allah, this reflection of presence of Allah to mountains without any curtain, without any veil, made the mountains in pieces. وَخَرَّ مُوسَى صَعِقًا. And Musa felt unconscious. He could not see it. It's impossible. Because this is not... Ibrahim never asked this question. Ibrahim's question is what he knows exactly what he can learn. So he asks question about those matters. And then Allah helps him to learn that. That's what believers need. The first thing I want to... Millah Ibrahim means what? Thinking. Use the mind. Before you use your hand, before you use your leg, before you use your lips, use your mind. Before you go for the prayer, try to understand what prayer means. That's what Ibrahim Millah. Millah Ibrahim is before doing something, before saying something, before acting, you need to think. Thinking is the foundation of the Millah. When there's no thinking, there's no Millah. And when there's no Millah, no Iman, no Islam, nothing. It's all basic culture, just a culture. People follow someone blindly. There's nothing there. First step is thinking, understanding. Is it clear to everybody? When you use this thinking and mind, what actually happens is, then reality of the things become clear to you. When you use your mind and look around, nothing can attract you. First thing what happens, when people use the mind, they hate this world. They don't love it. The world actually is too low for them. They thinkers know even one person's desire, this world cannot fulfill. Ask one person what you desire, this world not enough even for one person's desire. Billions of people are here, how can it be enough? Clever people never can think this world is for them. Never, never. It's impossible. That's why one of the poets of India, Amir Khusru said, Har do alam qeemate khud guftai, nirkh bala kun ki arzani hunuz. You say your value is both world, this one hereafter. No, you still much more expensive. Raise your price, still you're cheaper. Nobody can pay your price. You are much more expensive. Believers are much more. This world cannot be your price. Even your one subhanallah is more precious than this whole universe. This word cannot buy you. First thing when you think, first think of that's what Ibrahim said. I want to. That is the second pillar of Millah. First word thinking, rushd. Second part of Millah Fir'aun, the Hanifiyya. What Hanifiyya means? This actually again Iqbal said in one of his great poetic verse. Iqbal really is very important to understand Ibrahim al-Islam. Mawla Farahi and Iqbal. Iqbal said, "Ye alam, ye hangam ay rangu saut, ye alam ki hai zere farman maut, ye alam ye but khana chashm gosh, जहाँ जिंदगी है फ़कत खुर्दनोश, खुदी की है मंजिल अव्वली, मुसाफिर ये तेरा नशेमन नहीं, तेरी आग इस खाकदां से नहीं, जहाँ तुझसे है तू जहाँ से नहीं, बढ़े जा ये कोहे गिरा तोड़कर, तिलिस्मे ज़मानो मकां तोड़कर." This is what Hanifiyya is. If you want to know Hanifiyya, this is. He said, "ये आलम ये हंगामा रंगो सोत." This world, where only thing you find color and some sound, some voice. This word, full of the colors and full of the sounds. Ya alam ki hai zere farmane maut. This word, which is ruled by the death. Everything going to die here. Death rules on this world. Every single thing which is here, flowers, roses, sun, moon, human being, everything dies. This world, where everything is under the command of the death. Ya alam, ye but khan hai chashm gosh. This word, which only satisfies the eye and the ear. Good thing to see and good thing to hear, nothing more than that. Just tamasha, just but khan hai chashm gosh. Jahan zindagi hai faqad khurdunosh. This word, where life only means eating and drinking. This life, khudi ki ye hai manzile awwali, musafir ye tera nasheman nahi. If you know yourself, the first word should come from your mouth is, "Oh no, this is not my place." If you know yourself who you are, the first word you utter comes from your mouth will be that musafir ye tera nasheman nahi. Oh traveler, this is not your place. This never. Any thinker can know really this word is not his place. Too low for him. Too little for him. This never can for you. Don't waste your time. Hanifiyya is best to understand the reality of this world. People don't know what this world is. It is curtain on your eye. Your eyes actually are shut. You don't see what it is. This world has no value for you. How can you have a heart in this world? ऐसे खुदी की यह मंजिले अव्वली, मुसाफिर ये तेरा नशेमन नहीं. The first voice that comes when you recognize yourself is from your mouth comes first voice. This is not your destination. तेरी आग इस खाकदां से नहीं. You are not made from here. जहाँ तुझसे है तू जहाँ से नहीं. This word is coming from you. You don't come from it. This comes as a result of you. You are not from this world. बढ़े जा कोहे गिरा तोड़कर. Break all the idols, break all the mountains, break all the barriers, break all curtains, lift all the curtains and keep moving. till इसमें ज़मानो मकान तोड़कर. Break the idols and curtains of the time and space, everything. Be beyond the space, be beyond the time. Don't be bound with time and space. That's what Ibrahimic thinking is. Ibrahim never looks things as they are. He removes the curtain, then he looks down. He can't love this world. This world is not worthy to be loved. There's nothing to be loved. This declining world, dying world, death is destination of this world. Nothing is there to remain. Understand the reality of this world. Hanifiyya first thing means to know where you are. You are not made for here. You love this world. You spend your life to earn money. You spend your life to collect gold and silver, to build houses, to make Taj Mahal. That's what your life is. You don't understand what this world is. One day you will die or this world will die. You're going to leave it. This is not your world. This is not your destination. Hanifiyya. Think. Use your mind. That's what Ibrahim AS make. And he reached actually this one so high that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala respected him. He left everything. When you leave everything behind, then only thing left Allah. Then you come to him. That the Quran said when Ibrahim AS became proper Hanif, तो इस कुरान इकबाल से खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रज़ा क्या है. Understand yourself so highly that before Allah writes your destination, He asks you, "Oh my slave, what do you want? You left everything for me. Now tell me what you want. I'll give you." You come to Him. Don't come to the world. Hanifiyya means to turn away from everything to Allah. That Hanafa means. Hanafa in Arabic language means to leave everything behind and come to Allah.